Förvånansvärt många av 70- och 80-talets stora hårdrocksband är fortfarande ute på turné och släpper med ojämna mellanrum nya skivor. I de flesta fallen handlar det mer om nostalgi för fansen än om att fortsätta försöka erövra världen. Men det finns undantag. Metallica släppte i fjol, 20 år in i sin karriär, en av sina bästa skivor hittills. För några veckor sedan träffade jag James Hetfield och Robert Trujillo.
Do you remember the first record or the song you heard on the radio and you flipped out and thought, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life?
Some of the stuff I heard on the radio that just blew me away. I remember hearing on some station that was the new Van Halen record was coming out, and that was just, you know, I know I grew up in LA, but just the guitars, I mean, whoa, what is that? It's crunchy, you know, you know, it's like, whoa, that really made the hair stand up. And then I started to get, you know, more into the European stuff. You know, Judas Priest and Iron Maiden and Def Leppard and things like that were always, around. But, you know, back when I was growing up, Van Halen was the heaviest we had in California.
Yeah. What was it with you, Rob? Same thing?
I mean, yeah, I remember hearing Van Halen, hearing Eddie's solo, you know, like hearing Eruption over at the ice skating rink. That's what we did on Friday nights. We all went to ice skating rink. And I remember hearing that solo blasting through the PA at the rink, and I was like, what is that?
De senaste 15 åren har Metallica lyckats med saker inget hårdrockband lyckats med tidigare. De har toppat försäljningslistorna världen över men varken förlorat fansen eller kritikernas kärlek. Fast egentligen var det redan innan dess som Metallica på allvar skrev in sig i rockhistorien. Idag menar många att de redan på sin första skiva skapade en helt ny musikstil, thrash-metallen, den snabbaste och mest aggressiva rocken som någonsin hade hörts.
What do you think your biggest contribution is to rock and heavy metal?
Oh, well, I guess just to have been honest with our music and our feelings and what we did.
What do you think about the label thrash metal?
We can play thrash metal. We can play radio metal. We can play arena metal. We can play whatever metal.
But some people think that you like sort of invented that fast and furious type of playing.
Well,
you don't think it?
I don't think we invented it. I think we took it maybe a step further. You know, there was we got our influences from Motorhead, from punk, you know, bands Discharge and GBH. You know, there were bands like Venom around that were thrash, I would say, but maybe we brought it more into the light and took it on the road and got more attention from it. But there were certainly people doing that beforehand. I mean, playing fast was just that released an energy in us that nothing else did that. You know, we had such teen angst still in us, and that fast music got it out. You know, we would, you know, at parties at our house, we would take the living room furniture and throw it all outside just so we had a place to run into each other and mosh and smash. I don't know, there was something about that really, you know, bands like Anti-Nowhere League and Motorhead and Tank and Venom, they were always on the turntable, you know, and they inspired us. They made us feel alive. Now the world is gone as it was. Oh, God help me. Oh, my friend is highway for
Do you miss the old days? If you could go back in time, early days of Metallica, do you miss that?
Oh, definitely. I mean, the great thing about missing old days is that I can remind myself that the old, you know, this will soon be an old day, so enjoy this one. But what I miss about the old days is not so much responsibility, not worrying so much about, got to be on stage on time, or, oh, the food, the clothes, the touring, the scheduling. It was more just, I don't know, maybe I was in a drunken fog, but things just happened and it was okay, you know. It was okay we were late, or okay that this happened, and You know, okay, we have one hotel room and one towel. So what? You know, not so worried about all of that stuff. And getting to play during the day and going out and seeing the other band. I guess the part I miss most is not being famous. You know, being able to just walk out into the crowd and just hang out and watch a band play and feel the vibe from out there. That's probably what I miss.
Trots all ära och berömmelse, eller kanske just därför, har de senaste åren varit jobbiga för Metallica. För någon vecka sedan hade dokumentärfilmen Some Kind of Monster premiär i Sverige. Och det är verkligen inget harmoniskt band biobesökaren får se.
If you are not having any fun, let it be known to you that I'm certainly not having a lot of fun either. But I am not interested in playing music with you if you're not happy in there. I just don't want to become a fucking parody. Okay, so if you're not happy playing music with me.
How do you feel about the whole thing, taping the whole recording of the album and letting people in so close to you?
Well, I hated it. Every minute of it. I won't say every minute, but it wasn't easy, especially when I was going through such kind of identity crisis and not really knowing where my life was going, feeling unstable, and then there's like this eyeball always watching you.
It doesn't work.
But it totally made sense that I didn't know. It felt like a pressure because I didn't know who I was. And it was like a truth serum, you know, in a way.
From supporting Metallica, who are one time another great time. Jag sitter här backstage på Sweden Rock Festival och vid min sida har Martin Karlsson